some basic stuff. Of course, pivoting, 90-degree pivots. I love 90-degree pivots, 180-degree pivots, literally triple jabs followed by 180-degree pivots, both ways, pivoting outside and inside, left and right, head feinting one way, moving the other way. Doing what I'm doing now, which really has no name to it, but you see Roy Jones teaches it when he teaches, which is, it's kind of like you learn in boxing, like always to have your hands fused to your body, but sometimes you can just kind of move outside your body to kind of block a jab, block a left hook. So doing a little bit of that, which an old buddy of mine who was a pro fighter taught me, this kind of how to rotate around the hands. Playing with that a little bit these days. Rocking, as always, which I always suggest jumping back and forth 5 minutes while staying in this bladed sideways stance. Work on some very simple head movement. And you see, even when I throw the punches, I'm more dedicated to what my body is doing afterwards. So really not training for power or speed here, mainly training the defensive aspects of fighting, making sure that I'm covered up, that the punches are recovering properly. Of course, doubles are huge, bop, bop. And one thing I always tell my students, when you double in, don't step back with the lead leg. Double in and then step back with the rear leg. That way you stay in a nice stance. Because if you double in and step here, your feet are crossed up. It's easy to get you knocked over. You need to step back again in order to get in a stance. So rectify that by doubling in, double jabbing in, and then stepping back with the rear leg. That way you're on balance, you can throw the right hand, your feet aren't getting locked up together. Also double right, double left, double back, so important. Last guy I sparred used to fight on Friday night fights. Pro fighter in Boston gave me a fat lip and a black eye, and I asked him afterward what he was doing. I was very appreciative. And he showed me it was this kind of double feint. And I just didn't know where, you know, my footwork wasn't crispy enough at the time. I couldn't figure out what he was doing. When you're actually in there in the ring, you can't see the shots coming. It's too late. That's why you got to train this. Footwork essentially needs to be trained at least on its own an hour a week. If you're really hitting the pads and hitting the gym and hitting the weight room and trying to get like a professional fighter's regimen, or even if you are a pro fighter, you know, don't leave that out of your training. That week of, that hour a week of footwork training. I remember Rodney Tony back in Brookline, Mass. It was the only place that we could find to train together, me and James Tony's cousin. The tennis courts at the 6th floor of the gym of Brookline High School, where I graduated high school. And Rodney, James Tony's cousin, would literally walk up and down the lines of the tennis court with his front foot raised. It looked like a Wing Chun exercise, literally just pushing off his rear foot, landing off the front foot. And he always said, stomp on the rear foot. So this brings me to one of the last things that we're gonna work on in this footwork video, which is what Vitor Belfort made so famous, which was that blast, stepping with each punch, stepping as you walk, the same side. The only person I really saw like change up the sides and do it really successfully was Shane Mosley's son, who I always say this because it was so crazy seeing it, would literally do rounds at the gym where he was throwing jabs and stepping back with his rear leg. One of the least impressive yet most effective techniques you can practice, you know. It's like, think about wrestling. It doesn't look like Taekwondo. It doesn't look like a jump spinning back kick or Hapkido or a spinning sweep when you drag somebody down to the ground. Wrestling doesn't look impressive. It looks like you're kind of like not even doing a good job of it. It's not even like some clean judo throw, but it's effective, trust me. So the most fancy stuff is not always the most effective stuff. Again, stepping with every punch. Stepping right, stepping left, stepping back, disengaging, pivoting, and especially using that stepping to enter. You saw there the 1, 2, 5, 2, 3, 2. Going under, I don't really have enough space to show it. 6, 3, 2, and 3, 2, 3, 2. Shout out to my old coach, Neil. We used to drill that combination so much. So just some basic footwork stuff for you guys to think about. The pivoting is huge, and I need to redo this video to show you guys tight, exact pivoting. I can't say enough about it. It's not like the front foot lifts up and then, no, everything, the front foot and rear foot, bang, bang, have to be coordinated. It's such a simple thing, which will take you from, sorry, I just ate, which will take you from beginner to intermediate, take you from intermediate to advanced, making sure your pivots are tight, your 2 feet are coordinated. That way you get that full body power, the full coordination. Yeah, just a little footwork video. Everyone's asking to see the legs. No, I have not skipped leg day. And we're gonna get some kicks in here too once we can figure out some good places to film. Hopefully get some ukes, get some volunteers who want to jump in here and show some of these techniques and my specialty, which is internal power and using it to throw people in the Muay Thai clinch. You guys haven't seen that yet, but it's pretty cool, pretty special, one of my little things. I incorporated all that chi crap into the bumps and the locks of Muay Thai and the